The alibi they ignored. At 9:17 p.m. on a Thursday night, a convenience store in suburban Arizona was robbed at gunpoint. The clerk survived. The security camera did not. By morning, police had a suspect. His name was Evan Calder. Evan was 29, a warehouse scheduler, the kind of job that required being precise but invisible. He lived alone. No criminal record, no history, which to the detectives made him flexible enough to fit the story. They brought him in the next afternoon. Evan didn't panic. He smiled awkwardly and asked if this was a mistake. He said he'd been at work that night, on the clock, logged into the system, speaking to drivers over the radio. He even named names. The detectives nodded. They wrote nothing down. Instead, they slid a still image across the table. Grainy, a man in a hoodie, similar height, similar build. "Looks like you," one of them said. Evan shook his head. "It can't be. I was working." They asked him the same questions again and again. Each time the answer stayed the same. But the tone in the room changed. The words alibi and work records slowly disappeared from the conversation. By the end of the interview, the detectives had decided something quietly but firmly. If Evan had a real alibi, they wouldn't still be here. At trial, the prosecution focused on proximity. Evan lived 6 miles from the store. He owned a dark hoodie. His phone had briefly lost signal that night, a common dead zone near the warehouse. The defense brought the alibi, time-stamped system logs, radio call records. 2 co-workers willing to testify that Evan was coordinating deliveries at the exact time of the robbery. The prosecutor waved it away. "These systems can be manipulated," she said. "Memories are unreliable." The jury watched Evan closely as the video played again. The image was unclear, but certainty has a way of filling gaps. The verdict came back in 4 hours. Guilty. Years later, a new public defender reopened the case. She didn't start with the video. She started with the store. The clerk remembered something he hadn't been asked before. The robber limped. Medical records surfaced. Another man arrested months later for a similar robbery had a recent knee surgery. His phone data placed him near the store that night. Evan's alibi hadn't failed. It had never been tested. When Evan was released, there was no press conference, no apology, just paperwork and a quiet gate opening. He went home carrying time he would never get back. The case file still listed his alibi as unverified. Not false, just ignored. And that was enough.